Hi, I'm Fanim Tupa from the Boxback Advertiser. We're here in Rekha Park and we're going to speak to the MMC for community safety just to find out from him as to what is his department doing to try and stop the ongoing violence in in the city, including here in Rekha Park. MMC, Franz Moko, I just want to find out from you as to, in your department, what steps have you taken to ensure that the residents are protected against this ongoing violence in the township?
Good morning, Fanny. Well, let's perhaps start by giving a brief background of what issues are. These are the issues that we keep on experiencing every winter period. One, there are a lot of people who would have connected illegally, and that causes a problem in as far as the capacity is concerned. So you then experience quite a number of electricity outages, and which is then a problem to the rates-paying residents, because as and when there are outages, you need to have technicians going into an area and to really make sure that the grid, has a capacity to do all those things. But I must also emphasize that the city loses quite a lot of revenue because of this illegal connections and people who do not necessarily pay electricity, which in turn we are supposed to pay to Eskom. So we have then taken a resolve that we are not going to sit back when a lot of people connect illegally, because illegal connections are also a danger to the society, especially women and children. So we have a program which is energy-led, that each and every time we identify a hotspot, we go into an area and uproot all these illegal connections. So as and when we do these things, there are people who would want to react, and I must also tell the public that we have actually picked it up that there are people who have actually made it their business to go and connect people illegally, and they connect revenue from them. So they want to compete with the city, and that is lawlessness, which we are not going to really surrender ourselves to. So as and when we go into these areas and uproot these things, we are now beginning to tamper with illicit economic activities of other people. Hence, they now begin to mobilize a lot of people to damage property and do all those sorts of things. It is happening. We have seen it here in Rekha Park and surrounding areas. We have seen it in Thokoza. So last night, I received a report which necessitated a meeting this morning. So I'm from a meeting with all the commanders in the EMPD to say what needs to be done to really upscale our policing activities. And where I'm seated, I'm quite satisfied and quite certain that from today onward, we are really going to bring stability in the city. So we must protect our residents. We must protect each and every person from these anarchists who wants to create a perception that there is instability in the city because of their illicit. Look, the city has got a program of electrifying informal settlements. It's not that we don't have their plights at heart. And the councillors and the MMCs, are on road shows explaining what programs are there in place to make sure that we zoom into these informal settlements that are not electrified. Because we would have taken a posture that even when these informal settlements are not formalized as yet, but we will have an electrification program that is aimed at this informal. So we will not, want to take a bite to say we are not doing anything as a city. Therefore, let's just allow people to tamper with our infrastructure, which 5-10 years down the line will be very much expensive to actually maintain if we are not going to take a step today. But back to your question to say, given the prevailing violence in the last 2 days, what is it that we are going today to do? As I said, from the meeting just now with all the commanders, so the security measures that they really shared with me, I'm quite satisfied. Where we need deployment from SAPS and SADF, I'm sure we will indicate. But I think what I heard today, what was presented to me today, is quite satisfactory. We are going to get to the people, and we just have to arrest these criminals, because this is sheer act of criminality. But lastly, why I'm saying this is a sheer act of criminality, I'm just from a center here in Recher Park, where we handed out food parcels to the elderly people, and you can just see that people are quite peaceful. And this is not coming from the people of Recher Park, but it is coming from somewhere else. Just imagine people, tampering with a peaceful environment of the elderly people like this one. So you expect us to wait? No, we are not going to fold up our arms. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Sorry, MMC, just one last question here. Since you have mentioned that you are aware that there are people making money out of this, are those allegations being investigated by your department?
Oh yes, they are. They are. We are working hand in hand.
Has there been any arrest?
With energy. We are working hand in hand with the community leaders. Look, arrests are going to happen now. So we are just gathering this evidence, and investigations are underway. They are taking
okay, MMC, one last question. We have people complaining that the municipality has actually left this thing to get out of hand, and only coming now to disconnect. Why now?
No. We must actually be aware of certain projects that or rather certain politics who actually want to make a City of Ekurhuleni their project. This is an ongoing program. But it is only rife now at winter. That's the only time when you see it happening, because what we do, we go into the area when there are calls that there is an outage there. But energy people are quite well vested in those areas. But to say we are, leaving this thing to really take place when we are actually demonstrative in such a way that if there is a squatter camp happening elsewhere, invasion, we zoom in and deal with it. But otherwise, these things of illegal connection, it's very difficult to really see them happening, because they happen during the night, and sometimes when they happen, So to say we are leaving these things to really happen and only acting now is quite malicious, and other people only want to play politics about these things. It can never be correct. But even ESCOM only has problems mostly during winter. That's the only time when you can say confidently, so I've got a problem at ABC. But when it is summer, it is not really easy to make that determination. So it is just fallacy and just posturing and grandstanding to say we are not doing anything about this thing.
Okay, thank you very much, MMC, for your time.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The Volkswagen advertiser, we're still here in Joslovo, informal settlement, where the community are up in arms against the disconnection of their electricity, which happened this morning. And we're going to speak to two of the community leaders who are here right now, who want to tell us as to what is going on in their areas. Mr. What's your name?
My name is
Vian Makata. What is the problem? Why are you protesting again?
Sir, let me just start here. The problem here is about electricity.
Yes.
Yes, the municipality came this morning and tried to remove the wires, the illegally connections.
Yes.
And so now the people, they start to be angry for that, because the government officials, they have came here last time and they promised us that those wires, they mustn't remove it until they install the proper electricity.
Yes.
So now they never install the proper electricity. They just come and they take they take those illegal wires. So now we don't have electricity. That's why now the people start to fight.
And how long have you been waiting for this to happen?
It's been a long time. I think now it's about, I can say it's it's 25 years. We're still waiting for electricity, and we only talking one thing with what you call it, with the government. But all the time they keep promise us empty promises. Since we have spoke with them, they say that they will come to reblock our area so that we can get electricity. But since then, we have never. 25 years now.
Since you've been staying here?
We have been staying here, and they still, and they keep on coming to us, and they only promise us empty promises all the time when they came here, because they came when it's the election time.
Okay, yes, we're still here in Slovo. What informal section here, Mama?
As my leader already explained, it is like that. The worst part, our councillor don't want to attend the meeting with us. Since he took the second time, he didn't attend the meeting with us. Just like this morning, they took the wires, we didn't fight. The time when I came to the shop, they shoot me here. At the back, they shoot me 5 times.
Sure. Okay, yes, Mama, I see you want to say something about the situation here in Slovo informal settlements. Yes, what's the problem?
Re khathetse la le 25 years to la Slovo re batla metlakase re na le bana ba tse bona ba tshwantse ba tse di brekse di computer ha re tsebe re batla itsa kae bana ha bana ntwe ba nkana re batla motlakase re tla ba premier banthembisa ngogesi ngabuya ngaya kulisiba ngabuya ngaya kumzwandile Masina benthembisa ugesi kula namhlanje abakawufaki comrade sicela ukuthi basivota sinikeze umbane ngoba sine corona sifuna amanzi ashushu njengabanye abathegesi kukho icorona bayababulala abantu bemkhukhwini abanye bawaqeda abantwana babantu basasibhedlela.
Mina ngingumhlali walapha esikhala Mazulu ndilikomiti lalapha i-reblocking ubafakele ugesi ngoba abantu they can afford ukuthi bayithengele ugesi kodwa njalo into eyenzakalayo sidutshulwa ngama-rubber bullet okwesithathu namhlanje sidutshulwa ngama-rubber bullet nasi-reporter police station i-case yethu vele iphelele obala sithi enough is enough.
What you are fighting for?
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, you promised us electricity. Where is that electricity? MMC Lesiba, you promised us reblocking. Where is that reblock right now?